pre-release for Duskmourn is finally here, and the product flew off the shelves due to massive interest from regular Magic fans like you and I, as well as a couple really crucial sales, which helped the product pump through the market. But when it comes to the actual pre-release day, the day of the recording of this video, well, Duskmourn did something interesting. We're going to go over the Duskmourn products, talk about which sold, which didn't, their prices, and compare it to Bloomburrow, because we all want to know, is this set as successful as the previous best set of the year? Let's talk about it. Now let's get this out of the way. When we're talking about best set of the year off the bat, we're talking about standard sets. I don't expect any standard set to hold up to something like Modern Horizons 3 or even Fallout, the Commander set, which was wildly successful. But Duskmourn was doing an incredible job, and it was showcasing some of Magic's best attributes at the current moment. It's safe to say Magic is all the way back. We're back, baby. And some good indicators of this are a couple things we're going to talk about in this video. We have very consistent pricing. We're not seeing Magic the Gathering products come out, skyrocket in price, and rapidly tank leading up to pre-release. We're seeing a lot of consistency when it comes to the core products, being the Commander deck set, the Play Booster Box, and the Collector Booster Box. For Duskmourn has an opportunity to go really high, but for now, relatively stable. And we also want to see a good sell-through rate. Things like Ravnica Remastered had really good price stability, but the product didn't really sell almost any boxes. So without further ado, let's head over to cardboardfinance.com and check out this release and see how it holds up to, well, Bloomburrow's pre-release. Now, for those of you that know, cardboardfinance.com is supported completely by the channel members here. It's $5 a month. You can click down below. And if you don't want to, make that commitment, just like this video and hit the subscribe button, because all of those clicks really help a small channel like this one. But when it comes to the numbers of products sold, it does seem that Duskmourn House of Horror has come up short. But that is not a wildly negative sentiment. I feel like anytime we compare products, we have a winner, we have this loser, and it's like, oh, good product, bad product. No. I think both of these products are extremely strong. Heck, Duskmourn coming this close to Bloomburrow was not on my bingo card, but we do have to consider that Duskmourn has the benefit of the Nightmare Bundle, which actually, when we look at sales, hasn't totally taken off yet. But all in all, the set is doing extremely well. And again, I want to highlight the big props that this set gets when it comes to product consistency and consistent pricing. Now, we see extremely expensive pricing early on, as we do in all Magic the Gathering releases, but bottoming out at the average price for the month of September of $133.18, with the big, $126.99 TCG player sale that sold hundreds of play boosters, is something I did not see coming. In fact, this box has had a consistent price throughout the entire pre-release cycle, and after the nightmare that was Karlov Manor, anytime I can see this consistency, it's a good thing. And if you want to look at some consistency that has potential to go in the other direction, where I think the Play Booster is going to be a wildly stable product, which is a good thing. That's where Play Boosters should be. I will say it again, I wish they were cheaper, but they're not. But I do love that they are consistently priced, they are stable, the game store can make a couple bucks, we can have a good experience, and they're always on the shelves. They're ready to be purchased because Magic is a player's game first. But there is a collector aspect to Magic, and we would be silly if we didn't acknowledge it. The collector booster box, well, we see the same trend, dropping down to the $214 average price in the month of September, is still wildly stable with a lot of potential. We see this drastic drop off in price because of a massive TCG player sale that sold, over, I think it was 1,000 boxes at the $194.99 price point. And anytime you get a sale like this early on in the pre-release cycle, it's going to affect it's going to affect numbers in the short term. Over the long term, we see the collector booster box not only being a hype product, but recovering on the secondary market. And I have to say, the separation of boxes, we're going to make a whole video about this, about what is making Magic the Gathering products so good right now, but the separation of boxes between the set booster and the collector booster, one truly feels like it's meant for play, and the other one actually has special things in it that us players and collectors want to get our hands on, is so healthy for this market. This is why we see consumers like you and I, people who take our hard-earned money and spend it on the game, be able to decipher what product is for us, how we want to spend that money, and how we can make that dollar go a bit further. I'm a big fan of how they are doing, I almost call them set, but play boosters and collector boosters right now. I think this is a great thing. And they continue, Wizards of the Coast and Magic the Gathering, continue to see success from the out-of-the-box play experience that is the Commander deck. And look, Magic is a player's game, more so than any TCG. There are more Magic players in the known universe than any other TCG that you can think of off the top of your head. It is a player's first game. People love playing Magic the Gathering, and these Commander deck sets that come out on a release-to-release basis with 4 decks where you can sit down in a pod, experience the mechanics, the theme, all that release has to offer is just a gigantic win, and the Commander deck set continues to showcase that. Now, these also went on sale, so it was a big sale. As you know, hit the 3 main pillars of products this TCG Player sale. It was massive, the number of boxes that moved on that day, and that might be why we're going to see what we see here on the second part of this video. But it was really cool to see this being the most popular product purchased, and people being able to get there and pick up so many of these Commander deck sets. I've said it once and I'll say it again. The Commander deck set represents the out-of-the-box cracking play experience for the set, and having that do well is a win for Magic's future. It's a win for the long-term both love and nostalgia feel for the set, and thus the value of the set. Because I've said it once, I'll say it again, and those who have heard me before can let me know in the comment section below that you've heard this and you either agree or you're sick of hearing it. It's about our ability to play Magic, play with the cards, to build these ties that help boost the long-term value of the set. It's not the only factor, but it's a major factor. But why, oh why, if this is all the case and everything is so positive leading up to this point, this release date, did sales drastically slow? Why in the last couple days, when normally Magic sets leading up to release, we see the most volume of boxes moving through the market, did this really, well, cut itself off? Well, I have a couple theories. First and foremost, it has to do a lot with those sales. Listen, when you buy a product or you see a product for sale for a certain price, and you either A, buy that product, or B, miss out on buying that product, you make judgments about that product at that price. You start to think, well, this is what this product is worth, and if it's not worth it, I'll be able to get it there at some point, or I got it there, why would I pay this much? And while we talked about how Duskmourn rebounded hard off that bottom and bounced back up when it comes to the value of the box, it probably gave a lot of consumers some pause. I know myself personally, I looked and said, if I bought at this price, would I so eagerly turn around in the next week and buy at the higher price? And I gotta say, I don't think I would. For this reason, I do believe Duskmourn was kind of always going to have a bit of a slower end to the pre-release cycle. Furthermore, we are going to get through release, get kind of what we want out of the set, and then maybe turn to the Nightmare Bundle. There is an element of we could be saving our funds for that Nightmare Bundle. That second pump of a product that we saw was something like the Phyrexia Complete Bundle, where it's like, hey, I want to be involved with the set. I got a little bit of a taste now, and I have a taste I'm going to get later, and for that, I'm going to save a couple bucks. That is another factor that could be involved here. The last factor could be, well, this is just a good Magic the Gathering set, but not great. Duskmourn is a really fun set. It looks like there's a ton of fun cards to play, and the collectability of the collector box looks like it's headed in the right direction. I really, again, cannot stress enough, I like that the collector box has special cool things in it, while the other boxes just remain on shelves for players to go out, buy, and play Magic. This is a great two-lane system, in my opinion, although, yes, I know everyone tells me the boxes should be cheaper. I agree with you, but it's not. This is the world we live in, so this is the one we analyze. It could just be that Duskmourn is a better than middle of the road, but not insane and intense set, much like something like Bloomburrow was. And to just kind of put a bow on that, when you look at something like Bloomburrow, you see a wildly different picture. When you take a look at, let's just say the collector booster box, for instance, you see more volume of sales, you see more returning to the market and kind of getting our hands on this. And while we haven't pulled data yet for Bloomburrow for the month of September, because it's not the current set, we are talking more about Duskmourn, we see that the prices for Bloomburrow and the number of boxes sold still remain extremely high. Now, all in all, I am excited about Duskmourn. I'm headed to a pre-release, and I think I'm going to film some content. I'm not sure yet, so let me know what you think I should do in the comment section below. If you think I should film, like, hey, this is a live from the Duskmourn pre-release, I might go to the MinMax Games storeroom and talk about what the pre-release atmosphere is like and why pre-release is so important for Magic the Gathering, and probably other TCGs as well. Let me know. I'm always down to hear what you guys want on the channel. Again, make sure you click those buttons because I'm on the race to 10. I didn't realize I was headed to 10K again. For a while, subs like really slow, but you guys have been crushing the button, and yet 80% of the people who watch this video still are not subscribed. So make sure you hit that button. Thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you all know me. My name is Josh. I hope you enjoy Duskmourn, and we'll see you around. All right. Goodbye.